of the desert. A few teams, 2 to be exact, are going to be favoring the Los Higos Prison Island. Los Higos, well, it's going to be none other, Dave. Well, who do you think it is? Who do you think it is, Dave? The frat pad, of course. It's the frat pad, of course.
Frat pad. Yep, they need to get their logo submitted. Let's go, frat pad. We love to see it, but let's get on into this game. Actually, something interesting. We got 2 teams down there. A lot of pot shots, a lot of nutrition being used when it comes to meds, and maybe even helmets. I mean, as we progress, I mean, depending on where the circles take us, like, you gotta keep in mind, if your helmet gets knocked out, you're not gonna have a lot of time, especially if the circle doesn't favor your squad. You're gonna need to pop in a vehicle and quickly make that rotate. So, you know what? It's like, you really don't have anything to lose here when it comes to your rotates, your fights that you choose. I mean, yes, of course, you could get taken down in 16th position, but
unlucky.
Realistically, it's unlikely with the way they're playing. But even if they do, like, it's not going to affect them on the leaderboard, because all you need is top 8. And I feel like even if they tank the next 7 games, they can still manage to just, you know, beat within that top 8 position. I don't know. That's just me being optimistic. But I would like to see Wildcard maybe try some new things, you know, get aggressive and really show that star factor, you know, and just, you know, I don't know.
No, totally, Dave. I mean, that's a good point to be making.
Like, they can make plays, you know what I'm saying? They can practice
absolutely.
new strategies and stuff. Like, they don't really have anything to lose, in my opinion, right now.
No, they really don't. Phase number 2 is popped. It takes us down to the far south. Not a hard shift, but dramatic enough of a shift to at least send some teams in a bit of a whirlwind to find a safe location. 0 from the God Squad will be trailing up for the other members of their squad who have at least advanced a little bit further south under heavy fire coming in for the members of Wildcard. 0 is going to be trying to just maneuver himself in the proper directions to avoid the shots entirely. Zooming past the rest of the squad, will be going to the opposite side of the street, just off the base of the hill, from where Clarity is holding and putting out a lot of pressure as well into that direction. Some teams are starting to get split up. Arctic over here in Chumacera, on the elevated part of Chumacera, is able to find one of the members of High Cloud, very separated off from the other members of that squad. Not exactly sure what Dox was doing, but it will likely result in a good kill point for the members of Antarctic.
Yeah. One of the Arctic.
That's going to be an issue, Dave. That's going to be that's going to be an issue. We're going to have to sleep on that one.
Yeah. So, looking around, Chumacera, though, like you're kind of mentioning, one of the squads of Arctic going to be out here right there on the western edge. We see the Baby Yodas. Now, they started all the way up there in the north, and they pretty much wrapped all the way around El Pozo, Monte Nuevo, the Bella del Mar, like just north of that, and they're finally making their way on into the circle. First 2 games of tonight, not really the best for the Baby Yodas, but the last 2 games, they've been slowly but surely kind of making up for that lost ground, those lost points. And we saw them, you know, get a little more aggressive, especially in that last game, but they got sandwiched in between 3 different squads. Now, they only have 10 points altogether, 13th on the overall leaderboard. But you know what? Like we said, coming into today's matches, and like you just mentioned, these teams definitely looking like they're getting a little more comfortable versing each other, especially compared to game number 1.
Oh man, yeah,
a huge mosh pit of you know just teams fighting. I mean, they had no idea who they were running into, but now they're kind of getting a read on one another on kind of what squad to watch out for, what squad you know their play styles might be, if they're aggressive, if they're defensive, they like to hang out in compounds, and so not. So these teams definitely getting a read on one another at this point, I feel like.
Did we ever get a confirmation, Dave, as to who this character was, this mascot for
oh
Mars?
no, I don't think
we obviously know. We know where it comes from, right? We know it's Futurama, so you can't get too mad at us. But
I'll just Google it. I mean, let's be real.
yeah, just Google it. We knew it all along. Phase number 2 is going to be closing out here. Phase 3 will shift us a little bit closer towards this action. The lull in the combat came through, like Dave said, because of the lobby getting a little bit more comfortable with each other in the transition back to the 8x8 kilometer maps. That gives these 16 teams that start out the games a little bit more room to work with than on Sandhawk. But things are going to quickly be changing here as the blue zone meets the edges, and phase number 3 will be popping a slight shift off to the east off of the phase 2 center point. The God Squad are going to be happy with what they have, a compound a little bit off center inside of this circle. Many other squads are going to at least start to quickly make those repositions, and one of those teams is going to be Wildcard. Keenan, leading the charge on the 2-seater bike, is going to quickly trying to get atop this hillside to lock down the buildings for the members of Wildcard to then hold on to very dominantly here as we enter into the mid game.
So it's Dr. John A. Zoidberg. He's a doctor on the staff of the Planet Express. So,
Well, there you have it.
Dr. Zoidberg is an alien.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I knew it all along.
Nades were flying.
Oh, this is actually a pretty cool position up here on the, I guess the third story of these crates. Like, I don't see anyone really looking up here. I mean, honestly, if you were just to prone up here and go for placements, I feel like I would be a 200 IQ play. Like, no one will be looking up here, at least in my opinion. Of course, if you're going to be taking some shots, as Mac found out the hard way, they're going to look up there. But
boom, big shot's going to be coming in. That is going to be the first knockdown onto the members of King Drop Med. They lose one in the process. Haven't had to deal with the flush just yet, but they're certainly biting off a little bit more than they can chew, especially outside of the zone. They're going to have to play for position after they wrap this fight up. Whoever the team that comes out of this victorious is going to be. 2 knocks currently on behalf of Arctic Esports. A solo player, not Shepard, is left to pretty much depart. Up towards the north might be an unexpected route of disengage coming in for Arctic Esports that keeps their team alive, at least for placement push here in game number 5.
No, that is Shepard. Yeah, the Shepard from Arctic Esports. Trying to push you. It's not. Oh, it's not Shepard. Yeah. Not Shepard. Trying to heal on up. Trying to get on out of King Drop's grasp out here. 4 members left from the King Drop side. Not Shepard. Shepard up for debate right now. Still going to be alive. Just attempting to kind of be that insurance policy right now for the squad. I mean, it still amazes me. There's 15 squads still alive, and we're about 15 minutes on into this match. So, honestly, placement points, they're still going to be, quite far to be obtained, considering the top 8 get placement points. And we'll see. Even if you get taken down in 8th place, there's only going to be 1, so not a lot of points to be had. So you really got to get up there. You really got to get that top 5 just to get 3 on up. So, looking around, though, we are going to see a couple more engagements occur on the edge of the blue zone right now. In particular, our Oppie Boppie squad, who are, they're sitting in 2nd place on the overall leaderboard. 20 kills, 16 placement points, 36 points altogether. They've been pretty darn consistent here tonight. Definitely a squad that I had my eye on coming into our lobby tomorrow for sure. Next circle does go on up, is going to favor the West. And if you're one of these squads, one of these 7 squads out here in the West, you're going to be thankful that the circle's not too far, but you're not going to be thankful that there's squads on top of you. It's going to be very dangerous. Span Cargo might go out to the blue zone right here. Going to finally make their way on in, but for how long will they be safe is the question, Esquire. Going to lose another one, leaving just Span Cargo, the last remaining member for the Oppity Boppities, currently in 2nd place on the overall leaderboards, to continue to carry that torch and survive.
Information has been fed over to the other members of the 64 Up squad to try to pinpoint where that solo player left of Oppie Boppie is going to be lying. However, down from Los Higos, the frat pad has now entered into the mix. Our Lions are in their natural habitat once again, and they will be trying to at least frag out and take down some of the members of High Cloud. Victors of game number 2, rolling in the Murado. Going to be dropped down almost immediately. 1 player now in the Bronco is going to be attempt number 2 for the Rat Pad to try to pick up a few kill points in the process. But it looks like High Cloud solo player Gun Talk is barely. I like that name. Yeah, it's a good name. Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut in there. I just, what?
I mean, it's hey, real recognize real, Dave. I think that's what they say, right?
Now, their name is not good driver, unfortunate for them. They are going to be experiencing some difficulty out there in the distance, especially with the Baby Yodas taking some shots out you. If you are Gun Talk, you would like to see them get out and see if they live up to their names and use this mini to maybe get some connects. Now, this Bronco is on fire, Esquire.
That's for sure. Fire, but they're likely going to be ditching out of that as soon as they can. They scrape by, and they're able to stay alive at least for now. But battles are prepping all over the map and still continuing on for at least some of them. Over here, Dave, Frat Pad is getting into the mix with the members of the Antarctic Foxes. They are able to at least continue to capitalize from that top chapel position that gives them the high ground necessary to get those lines of sight that these teams might not be expecting as they approach from the off angles. Frat Pad is able to get the res onto Dean. He will be back on his feet and back alive to help support the squad, but Mars is going to be going out in a blaze of glory To the members of, well, Wildcard. Wildcard is a very interesting position, a very aggressive position, but it's really about what lies down here to the south, where the action is popping.
Action erupting. Baby Yoda's, this could be their game. This could be their turnaround right now for that overall leaderboard. 3 points so far. They're going to be down here in the south now. They are racking up some kills, but their challenge has just begun. Clarity going to be right in front of them. And Clarity, we mentioned another team that has been seeing a lot of action here tonight, but just not a lot of points on the overall leaderboard. Currently sitting with 2 kills, 9 teams remaining here in this lobby. Baby Yoda's might be able to surprise Clarity, get that backstab. One more member for the Frat Pack, the Lions. Now, you would assume this is their map of choice. You know, hey, that skin camouflages really well on this map.
It's like the old mummy wraps. The mummy wraps used to make you almost invisible. No, on this one.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Halloween
Beige.
skins. They were like beige mummy wraps. Yeah, they were pretty good at one point in time. Clarity going to be continuing to spot out their opponents on the western side of the circle, but it's none other than 64 up that continues to frag out. A big push going to be made by, I believe, the F-looters as well up towards the north. They're taking heavy fire from the Wildcard Gaming squad. But Keenan picks up another crate outside of the circle on the eastern side of things. Wildcard continues to at least get stronger and stronger for the benefit of some drops comboed with their skill and positioning.
Yeah, Wildcard is exactly what they need. They need to get stronger and stronger here, Esquire. I mean, one squad.
The biggest concern pretty much of every other team.
Honestly, it's I don't know. Is it though? Because Wildcard, they're so far ahead on the overall leaderboard.
They're just not even a concern.
Yeah,
not even on the radar anymore.
Don't really touch them right now. So honestly, Wildcard just continue to do Wildcard things. The real movers and shakers are in second to 8th place, at least in my opinion. Baby Yoda's though, recognizing they had the telepathic way. They knew there was a worm right there in the dirt. Now, unfortunate for them, they did get knocked, but they're going to be able to get that revive. Clarity, still 2 alive out here. They definitely heard the Baby Yodas behind them, but Clarity, they have bigger issues to worry about. One of the Arctic squads going to be right in front of them. Now, the Frat Pack also continuing. Maybe our last remaining member can get a couple points. Going to be attempting to connect these shots on the M4, missing a couple of them. Popping out the suppressed SLR, looking to get a knock or 2 over here. Giving away the position, unfortunate for them. Soul King going to be recognizing the danger of the situation, trying to wrap behind that last member of the Frat Pack.
Big flank coming in right now. Could be huge for Soul King if he remains undetected like he currently is. Tayros doesn't have his head on his swivel, not going to be able to spot out the threat coming from the west. And he ends up going down and out. Not to Antarctic Fox, but the pressure from Antarctic Fox certainly did play a hand in the ultimate Clarity kill pickup and the wipe of that team. They will be going down and out. Down goes the Frat Pad in 8th place position. 7 teams are going to be remaining, 23 players alive as we break into the final 10 minutes of our 5th and second to last game of day 1 of week 1 qualifiers here for the PCS 2020 North American qualifiers. We still are going to see a bit of a push coming out from Clarity. They're not going to be pulling off of this just yet. They see Antarctic Fox and they definitely want this, but Hitman going to be dropping down immediately. The licensee is going to be ready from the Overwatch position to frag out and drop down another member of Clarity. They've lost 2 in the process, just going to be Ethan and Trembler on their feet, but they're able to at least neutralize one of the threats coming from Antarctic Fox.
Yeah, and these 7 squads remaining, finally, these teams find themselves in a position, if they do get taken down and out right now, they'll get some placement points alongside their kills. So they're all